What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. The main reason women cheat on money men. Money men, right? And I'm going to tell you what, it just comes down to one simple thing: emotional connection. They don't have one with a money man. Now, let me be clear on something. If a woman goes for a man based on his money, which happens. I've never said money and status didn't work. I've never once said it didn't work. I just said sex appeal works better. And really, after this video, you shouldn't even want a woman going for you just because you making a certain amount of money. That's some dangerous shit. Now, to be clear before I get into it, I ain't saying purposely be broke. Purposely be broke. And, of course, you dealing with a woman, she going to know how much. But you need to make sure there's an emotional connection. And if you don't know if a woman got an emotional connection to you or feeling you in such a way, you got bigger issues. You got bigger issues that take more than a video. Like if I even had to explain that a woman is emotionally into you or what the signs are, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. And like I said, it takes more than a video. It takes more than a video. But that's part of why I always say that's one of those things you gotta shoot. You gotta deal with women and know what's up. Shit, you gotta deal with them to know whether they connected to you. But getting back to the main thing. So here's the thing: when a woman, and there's plenty of them say, "Oh yeah, he gotta have 100,000, he gotta have this," and they'll even marry the guy. But they're not really attracted to him. They're attracted to the lifestyle. They're attracted to the status. They're attracted to the mask. They are attracted to the mask. They're attracted to all that stuff. They ain't attracted to the individual. And you got plenty of women like that. And I know, let me cover something, because you know me, I can knock out arguments before they even come, trained to do so. Because some guys will think, well, how's she going to sleep with him if she ain't emotionally connected? Women don't need to be emotionally connected with a man to sleep with. Shout out Cousin T-Taw. He said, I'm always going to give him credit because he pointed it out. He said, for shit. Well, he said women in general. I would say at least most, but whatever the case. Good Lord, what the hell? This is one of those days, yo. But yeah, most women, they don't need to... They don't need to feel anything to have sex with you. Like a lot of guys think that's the case. A whole lot of guys think that's the case. Nah. Get off of that. That's why a lot of men get played. Nah. Women for millennia, they can just deal with a man, let him do his business and stuff, don't give a shit about him. And indeed, they can even sleep with multiple men without giving a shit about them. Yeah, I think sex workers on numerous levels really give a shit. And then you get a lot of women, especially in upper classes, shoot, they get with a guy, that shit about business. They'll have sex with him enough. But if he double back home, and indeed, sometimes on some upper class levels, they know they woman stepping out on them. Because they stepping out on the woman. But that's a whole other conversation. But thing is, a lot of times, what it is that emotional connection. Because if a woman's dealing with a guy, and it's just about his lifestyle, it's just about how much money he make. First of all, they doing that from a cold-blooded perspective. See, yeah, women can be very emotional, but at a deep level, they can be pragmatic. They can just say, you know what? This dude looked decent. He got some money. Mike had that baby with him. And even then, I don't know, the laws coming out about that paternity fraud thing. So they might not be doing that like they used to. But they can get all the stuff they want. Because you think these women who be going for, like these groupies, going for everything from like pro athletes, entertainers, Wall Street bankers, high-level executives, you really think they doing it just because of some emotional connection? Nah, they looking at that lifestyle. They are looking at that lifestyle. And if they got some level of attractiveness, a lot of guys, they looking for the trophy. So really, there's no emotional connection on either side. The man looking for the trophy, somebody look good on his arms. The woman, she just looking for that lifestyle. It's really just some sex trader thing. Just, as they say, equal exchange is no robbery. And, that's cool if somebody want to live that. But you got a lot of guys thinking, well, if I just get some money, I can get the women. No, you're not going to get the emotional connection. And if you just want her for, just because she look good or something, okay, if you good with that. But just from reading comments and seeing what a lot of guys talking about, a lot of guys want that woman who's really into them. That's why a lot of guys care about a woman's body count, because what they always say. They want somebody to bond to them. Okay, that's fair. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong if that's what you want, but then if you present money to her, she ain't gonna really bond to you. She bonded to that lifestyle and that money, but lose that job. In fact, there was somebody, I ain't gonna call his name, but I remember he had got this woman, thought he was doing all that, but as soon as it looked like he wasn't making the money and he got, let's just say, not as successful, she was ready to roll out. She was ready to roll out. And there was certain rumor that the kids that she had with her weren't his anyway. I ain't gonna call the name. The dude is a genuine nice guy, so I said okay. But something to learn from that. As soon as this shit changed up, she changed up. Somebody might know who I'm talking about. So anyway, well, plenty of people if I called the name. But the thing was, that woman, she wasn't attracted to him. She was attracted to the lifestyle. And see, something else too. For a man to even have that lifestyle, he don't have enough time to spend with the woman to really create an emotional bond. Like, it kills me, these women talking about they want a guy making $500,000, 6 figures. You got to work for it. Shit. You got to work for that shit. And unless they in the business with the man, working with him, they ain't going to spend a lot of time. Shit, you're going to be spending 60, 70, 80 hours at work. He going to be doing all this extra stuff to make money. Most he can do is he can keep the bills paid on that big old mini mansion, or mansion in some cases. He can keep the bills paid there. He can, he can give you that nice car. He can get that woman that nice car and everything. She living comfortable. But how much time they going to spend together? How much time they really going to spend together? And shit, if he making enough and she don't have to work either, that's why you get some of those women, all they doing, like the smart ones, they know what they doing, but they know they a trophy. So, like I said, fair exchange is no robbery. All they gonna do is just look nice and sweet and let it go with that. Yeah, okay. Because, some guys, the guys be thinking, well, yeah, I'm going to get her. Or at least the guys who don't, they don't really know, because they ain't got no money anyway. They don't know how it's really going to be. And even then, some of the guys don't think they need money to get those baddies, those 10s and shit. Man, the starting price of them is $1 million these days. Just saying 6 figures, those are poor women who need some survival. And you get a lot of women who do that, because that's the issue anyway. A lot of women get married or deal with a guy. A whole lot of them is, even in this day and age where women can make their own money and got their own money, a lot of them just on that survival thing. So you're not really getting that emotional thing. And that's the thing. So you gotta think about that. Because that happens a lot anyway. Shit, look at a lot of celebrities and stuff. The women rolling out. The dude's a big old celebrity, but the woman rolling out on him. And then they get with the personal trainer or somebody, not making nearly as much money. But here's the secret. They get with the guy they can spend time with. Because understand something with women. Yes, they can deal with a man without getting emotionally involved. In fact, a woman, she can have sex with like 50 men and have zero emotional connection to them. Zero emotional connection to them. It is what it is, But then who get get with one, get an emotional connection. But let's get into the other stuff. Like I said, women are way more pragmatic. A lot of women, very few women get with the man they really want. A lot of women settle in everything, you know? A lot of women settle. And I'm going to tell you what. I said I wasn't going to get into the emotional part is big. Let me just give y'all this bit, because I know somebody going to ask anyway. If you should know, but if a woman goes her way, she wants to be around you. It ain't about how much money you got, even if you could be a millionaire, but she'd rather just spend time with you. She just want to talk to you. It ain't a big deal what you buy her. She got an emotional connection. She just wants to talk around. She just want to be around you. That's it. That's an emotional connection. She cares about your well-being and not how much money you bringing in. Like, she want to make sure you good. She'll take care of you. She'll cook for you. You don't have to worry about like, oh, wow, am I going to get her to submit or anything like that? She going to cook for you. She going to be there for you. She going to make sure you good. That's the whole thing. That's the whole fucking thing. If she got an emotional connection. But you get that woman and all she seem to be talking about is where y'all can go to eat or what you can buy her. That ain't your woman. And I'm going to tell you what, a lot of women, because a lot of women hate for me to say it, but that's why a lot of men get played. Because they on some fantasy, yeah, that woman's really into him and everything. It's like, no, she into your inner beauty, the beauty of the money in your pockets. You know? Because that acculturated prostitution, which is socially acceptable prostitution, or as the pimp guy called them, acceptable hoes, is very prominent. Very, very prominent. There's plenty of women who gotten raises on jobs and all they did was just give a manager or something the idea that they'll suck his dick. Just the idea. Don't necessarily have to happen. Or let him fill her up or something. They know their power and shit. And they cold-blooded with it. Because honestly, women... Now, there's always a guy, at least one guy, any woman will get pressed about. But a lot of times it ain't you. Now, this ain't to say it can't be you. But just understand that. And always understand, okay, what are you presenting? What is she talking about? Like, I always tell that story about that one woman. She wanted to go out, and she had a list of 95 restaurants to go to. I'm like, 95? You make more money than me. And she thought I had a problem. I didn't want to go out with her. I'm like, no. No, because they told me what she was about. She wasn't trying to get to know me or find out. Oh, that's another thing with the emotional part. A woman who's really into you, she's going to want to find out about you. Like, yeah, you can be making all the money, and, that might interest her depending on what you're doing, but she's going to want to know about you, what make you tick. And not necessarily play you because she cares about you. She cares about you. And I'm going to tell you what, man. If you want to deal with a woman, she need to have the emotional thing. No ifs, ands, and buts. Because, like I said, if that emotional connection ain't there, strong possibility of cheating. If it's there, it lessens it. Because nothing's 100% with women. There's no absolute thing. If a woman going to cheat, she's going to cheat. But if she got an emotional connection with a guy, she's less likely to cheat. She is less likely to cheat. But see, if you're approaching a woman and you leading with your wallet and how much money you make and all of that, typically two things. One, in a woman who's sincerely looking for an emotional connection, she ain't gonna give a fuck. She ain't gonna give a fuck. She ain't gonna want to deal with you. You can waste your time and stuff trying to present that money, but she don't care. But then the one who want to deal with you, you think, yeah, I got this money and all of that. She's straight playing. Shit, sometimes they'll get you say, oh yeah, baby, I need my rent paid or something. And the guy be like, yeah, I got you. And shit, that money be going to the man she really got a connection to. Shit. And I mean, that's just it. Now, let me be clear once again. This ain't saying don't make money, but you making it for yourself. You're making it for yourself. But if you want to deal with a woman, and yeah, you're going to attract someone with the money, but then you need to make sure And take your time making sure, hell, even withhold your dick from her. Make sure she about you. And I do mean withhold your dick, practice some dick discipline. You know? Like true players and pimps know that. They make the woman earn their shit. So if you're just a regular good guy, make her earn it. Don't be quick to run into it. Get in it. Because some one-game women apply. They'll try to pussy whip you and shit. Get your money out of you. They'll figure it out. Or sometimes they just might, genetically you good enough for her to want to have a baby with you. And she thinking, okay, let me get him. Let me get, get him on that child support. And yeah, I think, there's talk about like dealing with women like that, but that takes a while to really take effect. But whatever the case, you got to make sure that woman, if you look, it's like this. If you serious about being with a particular woman, you got to make sure the emotional thing is there. You got to make sure she feels some way. And if she don't, and you got some money, you just want her from pussy, you want her to be an acceptable hoe, okay, just know what you're dealing with. Seriously, just know what you're dealing with. Because a lot of guys get played. There you go. A lot of guys get played because they dealing with an acceptable hoe, but then think she gonna be like some traditional housewife or something, or some traditional woman, instead of seeing her for what she is. On some fantasy shit. Like I said, if you know that's all she about, your money or something, well, okay. Just know you dealing with an acceptable sex worker. Because I've known some women, they weren't really in the streets or anything like that, but they charge money for their pussy. They tell you straight up. Or sometimes, a lot of times, the guys know the situation. They just offer the woman some money. I knew a woman, she did that a lot. She was getting a good little thing. She wasn't officially in the streets. But that's on some cold-blooded shit. Like I said, women can be very pragmatic. Once again, shout out Cousin T-Talk. For many women, sex is a handshake. But that emotional connection, if you can get it. And, and there's no special magic or something to make a woman be emotionally connected, because that's something I need to address. A lot of guys want a woman, they want to figure out how to make a woman like me. You can't. It's either there or it's not. If you see it's not there, then take in consideration what you want. Maybe that's all you want is sex. Okay, fine. But if you want something serious, you need to make sure she really give a fuck about you. If she don't feel like, seriously, if she don't feel like she give a fuck about you, and I gave some clues, but if somebody come on here and say, well, I need more, you need to get out first and actually deal with some women. You'll figure the shit out. Because one thing I got little patience for guys who want to start at zero and think there's some trick or some magic to getting a women. If there was, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You got to get out, ultimately, you got to get out there and figure the shit out. But anyway, yeah, so, yeah, women, they'll cheat on that guy. Women will cheat on that guy if they don't have an emotional connection to him. Definitely. You lessen the chances if there's an emotional connection. Lessen it. That's it. But it's better, you know what? It's better to deal with a 20% chance she'll cheat than an 80% chance she'll cheat. That's the real thing. That's the real deal. So anyway, though, that's all I have for today. I want y'all to really think about that. Just understand, women can be very pragmatic. If she going for, how much money you got, your lifestyle or something like that, she ain't going to have an emotional connection. Shit, she ain't going to have time. You working too hard to get that lifestyle. She just want to be, and if she, she pretty, just want to be on your arm or something, just get that other stuff, boom. But double back home one day. I'm dead serious. Understand that. Make sure, I don't care who you are, how much money you got, make sure a woman has an emotion, she got an emotional connection. Just make sure she give a fuck about you. How about that? Like she sincerely give a fuck about you. You know, if you get the feeling that she won't talk with, that she wouldn't even bother with you unless you had money, just let her go. Just let her go. Hell, don't even have sex with her, because she might get that baby, all of a sudden get that child support, everything. You know? Whatever. Like I said, you got many women doing that. Many women doing that. Especially with like celebrities, athletes, you know, high-end dudes. So, just pay attention. How much is she into you emotionally? So, anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.